Good evening, welcome. Monday Night Golf Night, our Masters special, and what a week it has been. Luckily, I was off work, so I managed to watch everything to do with the Masters. It was unbelievable. What a week. As always, we are a golf channel. Please be respectful and please keep the conversation to golf, okay? If not, you will be removed. Okay, where do we start? What a week the Masters was. It was just absolutely unbelievable. I think that was probably one of the best Masters there's been for a few years. It had everything we wanted. There were a lot of narratives created. The media people were trying to push different ones. What a load of bum-cum. Alright, we just enjoy the golf. That's what I did. I'd ignored that a lot. I listened to it, I heard it, I'm going to talk about it. For me, what a place Augusta is. I really do need to visit. I keep saying it, I've said it now for about the last 10 years. I need to go. It's not quite happened yet. I'm going to have to make it. I do. I need to go down Magnolia Lane, get the pictures, and then just get on the place. What a place. Live on the range last week, watching just that. I could spend probably hours there every day. I wouldn't even bother about the course. The driving range alone would do me. The practice facilities are unbelievable. The chairman came out, Mr. Ridley came out and said next year we're making it even better. They're putting underground parking in, they're putting a 3-storey player complex in. It's just a different world though. It really is a different experience. I would absolutely love to just visit. I'm not even bothered about playing. I'd just love to visit. Obviously, if I got a chance to play, I think it would be a dream come true. It was unbelievable. It really was. Now, as you know, I gave my picks last week. I went with my 5 now. On the show last week, I said Scotty Scheffler, Jordan Spieth, Tiger Woods, Bryson DeChambeau, and I was umming and ahhing about my 5th choice. I did put it out on Twitter. I went with Brooks Koepka. Something just got me. I thought I had just a gut feeling he were going to do something, and that's why I went with Brooks. Now, where do we start? What a round it was. Now, obviously, the weather played a part. There was the weather delay because of the storms. Then that seemed to disappear, and the wind came, and it just made it absolutely brilliant. It really did. Now, obviously, on Thursday, certain players only managed to complete so many holes. Tiger Woods finished 13, others finished 11. They came back to the course early Friday or late for us, depending on how you want to look at it. I stayed up till 1 a.m. Friday morning to watch Woods finish. It was absolutely brilliant. I missed him coming back out. I was doing family things. Unfortunately, obviously, he finished at +1. I thought, that's respectable considering. Obviously, we know what he's got to go through. The big thing, though, Jordan Spieth took a 9 on 15. That kind of just spelt, really, the rest of his day. You knew where it was going, and he battled hard. He did. Unfortunately, we missed the cut, but then it was interesting as Friday sort of developed. How the cut went was really interesting. I didn't have these players missing the cut. DJ, Victor Hovland, Sam Burns, Justin Thomas. Now, Justin Thomas was actually well inside the cut, played his last 4 holes in 7 over and totally missed it. He just totally blew up, but this seems to be the story of JT at the minute. Sergio missed, Justin Rose missed. I'm going to come on to the one Wyndham Clark. This guy, I don't know who his agent is or who his PR team is. He needs to get it sorted. Oh my word. I mean, don't get me wrong, he came on the scene last year. He did brilliantly. He won the US Open. Massive hats off to him for that. Congratulations. He made comments the other week about making Fields a limited event because he was eligible. I didn't like that. Then he turned around on Thursday and came out with this statement, I'm still in this because live lads only play 54. Well, Wyndham, you only played 36, so tell me about that, please. You know, let your golf do the talking, please. Don't keep running your mouth. Don't keep doing. Let your golf back it up. You know, we don't need these silly things. I had enough of the media over the weekend trying to make these situations, make these stories, make these headlines. There's no need for it. Not at Augusta. Augusta does it itself. You know, Wyndham Clark just not helping himself at all. Really disappointed. Big one for me though, I was really impressed. This was Friday. Danny Willett. Not done out for a while. Danny obviously won the Masters in 2016. I watched his story last week and I said last week I felt Jordan Spieth give it him. I don't think necessarily Danny won it. He gets his name on the trophy so he goes down. But it was interesting watching him now. Obviously he'd had surgery. They told him he'd be out 12 to 18 months. He's back after 6. Finished day 1 at 4 under. Brilliant. You're thinking, alright, day 2 came along. Now, somebody asked me what one of my shots of the tournament. One of my shots of the tournament was his 3rd shot into 8 on Friday. Danny Willett, his round was just starting to unravel a little bit and he owed it. 1 bounce in the hole. Thank you very much. He were back to 4 under now. Unfortunately, he triple bogeyed the last, which dropped him back to -1. But the fact he shot 2 rounds under par, very little prep, very little practice. It was absolutely brilliant to see. And like I said, he had a very topsy-turvy round on Friday. He'd got back to 4 under, let it go on the last, but he made the cut. You know, and I was hoping it was going to be a bit of a Cinderella story. Could he compete? Could he just be there? Could he put himself? Unfortunately, it didn't happen. Danny finished quite far down the list. Finished at +9, tied 45th. Kind of ruined the story a little bit because I felt he put himself that Cinderella story. It was brilliant. Obviously, day 1 belonged to Bryson. 7 under, he went out there. Now, is it 7 under? Is it 2 under? Bryson, obviously, his famous quote, to me, this is a par 67. He got ridiculed for it. He's held his hands up. I didn't have a problem with that. And to be fair, the distance he hits it, I get what he was saying. You know, a lot of courses now for him are a couple under par because he hits it so far. But it's the old story. You drive for sure, you putt for the door. Unfortunately, Bryson didn't do that this weekend. He did well though, he finished tied 6th, but when you think he started after Thursday at -7, he finished yesterday at -2, it didn't go to plan. So that was another one of my picks. Brooks Koepka I mentioned. It's Brooks. He fires himself up. I know the week before why I underhand because he'd finished at +6, I think it was round Doral. Difficult conditions, but I thought it's Brooks Koepka, it's the majors. After last year, this lad, he lives for it. Fortunately, it never happened. He finished +9, tied 45th, which kind of just deflated me a little bit, really did. Obviously, my other bit, Tiger Woods. It was great to see Tiger play. Like I say, finished +1 Thursday, then shot level par Friday. Friday, if you want to watch exhibition golf, go and have a watch of Tiger Woods on Friday. The wind was howling. Butch Harmon summed it up. He weren't golf swinging, he was golf shotting. He hit the ball absolutely amazing. He had it on a string. He could flight it up, flight it down, left to right, right to left. It was unbelievable. He finished level par. Average scoring for Friday was 75. He finished with 72. That shows where he's at. I'm going to come on to that again in a moment. Tiger, though, absolutely brilliant. Now, I'm going to race Friday with Jason Day. What on earth is he doing with Malbon? Wow, I think this is probably one of the best marketing advertisements I've ever seen. Wow, it's just absolutely blown my mind. Malbon seem to be going back to the early 2000s with dress. Then they're going almost 10 years in advance. They're going to 2034 with some of the things they're doing. But it's got everybody talking, and Jason Day keeps wearing their stuff, and it's getting a lot of talk. If you're talking about it, you know, it's advertising, it's marketing. Would I be caught dead in some of that stuff? I don't think I would. I'll be honest with you, I definitely wouldn't have put that sleeveless vest jumper on that he put on Friday. It was hideous. Tiger, fortunately, Saturday shot his worst round ever. Yesterday he didn't do much better. +16 he finished for the tournament. Dead last, he finished 60th. Did set the record though, most consecutive cuts made at the Masters, which is absolutely phenomenal. People are saying, is it the end? For me, no. I still believe Tiger, after watching him Friday, he believes he can compete. I believe he can compete. I think Tiger Woods has still got it. I think he's still got a few years yet. Obviously, he needs to manage his recovery. He needs to work on a few things. I think he's going to be back. I'm going to put it you here today first. I think Tiger's going to be back. What was nice though on Friday, the old guard. It was brilliant. You had all them young'uns, all these so-called big guns all missing the cut, and then Vijay Singh at 61 made the cut. Jose Maria Olazabal, I think they said were 58, made the cut. Phil Mickelson, 53, all made the cut. All past winners around Augusta, all used their experience, all made the cut. It was absolutely brilliant. It was a shame that we didn't see more of them in the coverage. Now, I don't know what it was like in America or the other countries, but in the UK on Sky, you saw very limited coverage of them, which was a shame. I watched some of it through the Masters app. What an app that was. Wow, every year it seems to get better, but this year you could actually click on the player and it'd show you where they're up to. You'd see the shots. I really enjoyed some of that because I thought some of the coverage was a little poor. It seemed to favour certain players, not others. I don't know if that was political. I got a little bit cheesed off though because I thought there were a lot of players, especially yesterday, in contention, making it you didn't see it. Or it then popping up, oh, they've done this, oh, they've done... Show us. Let us see it. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. Neil Shipley, the amateur who made the cut, got the silver medal, and then got the Brucey bonus for having a day with Tiger, and he said he absolutely loved it. He said Tiger were brilliant. It was a massive, massive thrill for him. What a week. Make the cut at the Masters, you've won the silver medal, and then you get to play with Tiger Woods. Even better, his caddy was a college mate of his who played high school golf with him. He said, what a day, what an experience. Not the thrill of caddying at Augusta and then that. It's just unbelievable. It really is. Obviously now we can go to the leaderboard. Now what a leaderboard it was. Some big names there. Ludwig Åberg, as they pronounce it. Again, I'm going to go back to Friday. Average score was 75. He shot 69. He was 6 under the average. That shows the calibre of player he is. Now, we know from the Ryder Cup. We know from the DP World Tour last year. We know he won on the PGA Tour. He's trending. His first major. And he finished second. Unbelievable. Big thing for me, the 11th. He hit that shot in the water. It was the wrong shot. That'll come with experience. Made his 6. He was laughing. It didn't bother him. It didn't faze him. You're thinking, this lad, he's got it. He stood up. He put in a great, valiant effort. You know, finished at 7 under. Absolutely unbelievable. What a swing. Great attitude. I think he's one to watch out for. I hope he continues on this trajectory. Now, people who watch this show know I'm not a big fan of Max Homa. But even I felt a little sorry for him yesterday. He was playing good golf. He was solid. That on 12. A yard long, a yard short. He probably gets it up and then makes his 3. He's right in the mix. Unfortunately, he hit the downslope into the bush. Had to take an unplayable. And yet, the day before, people got in that bush and it rolled out. Fortunately for Max, it didn't. I did feel a bit sorry for him. Thought, just, you know, it one of them things, like I say, a yard either way, he probably makes his 3. He's right in the mix. Unfortunately, it took that bounce. He made 5. Kind of took all the wind out his sails. I felt a bit sorry for him. However, Max did hit one of the funny shots of the week for me on the 7th yesterday. Took a 3-wood, trying to hit a cut and hit a full thin straight into the trees. I think every amateur could relate to that. If you get a chance, go back, have a watch. I see a lot of amateurs, even myself, hold my hands up. I've done that. Go and have a watch. It's just refreshing to see every now and again pro do it. A bit like a few years ago at Pebble when Francesco Molinari full topped one. It cheers you up. It does. It warms the cockles. It's brilliant. It's what we want to see. Some great names. Tommy Fleetwood. He set off brilliantly. I thought, is he going to charge? He just didn't maintain the charge, unfortunately. But I think all week, Tommy putted poorly. He really did. I know Saturday Butch Harmon kept saying, I've not seen him kind of put to the hole yet. And we were getting to like 15, 16 before we see him get there. It were a shame. Played some good golf, Tommy, just didn't capitalise. Colin Morikawa, you never would have had him. He came out the traps. Fortunately, didn't maintain it. A lot of people fancy Xander Schauffele. I didn't. I don't see the attraction to him. He's a good player, I'm not going to say that. But people seem to have put him on this pedestal that to me I don't see. Really, really don't get. Did enjoy watching Tyrrell Hatton. Obviously, we've missed him. Now he's gone to live. We don't quite see it the same. Again, he put in a great round yesterday and then he hit some really, really dodgy putts. He was blaming the course, but it was actually him. He's got to hold his hands up on that one. But it was great to see. Will Zalatoris tied 9th. Great to see. You know, it was great to see some of these lads coming back, playing, putting themselves up there. It really was great to see. Know the narratives. I don't think it matters whether you're on Live, you're on the PGA Tour, you're on the DPO Tour, you're on the Asian Tour. It's Augusta. Yeah? We want the best players playing. We want to see it. We just let them go out and play. Quite a few of them did that, and it was great to see. I know there were people spouting the top 5 were all PGA players, but then the next so many were all Live lads. So is there that much in it? I don't think there is. I think they're trying to create a false narrative. I really, really do. Just before I go on to the leader though, I am just going to throw it out there. Rory. I just don't get the lad. I really, really don't. I don't know if anybody watching on Thursday. Obviously, Butch Harmon was in the studio. Butch Harmon was saying how he'd been working with Rory. Obviously, it was well publicised that Rory had gone to see Butch, and Butch was saying, just shorten your swing, get it a bit more under control, work on this, he said. Butch Harmon gave a great description. He said, with his wedges in particular, he's full swinging, he's releasing, he's letting it flip, it's up, high finish. The ball obviously is missing to the left a lot. It was brilliant. Literally, the next shot, Rory had to chip out on the second, the par 5. He's got a wedge in hand. Did exactly what Butch just said. Full swing, flipped the wrist, lost long left, suddenly it's a bogey. And you're starting to think, well, if you're not going to listen to what Butch Harmon's saying, where do you go? Is he good enough to win at Augusta? I think tee to green, yes. I've always been suspect of his putting. And that's not a criticism, I just don't think he holds enough putts. I don't think maybe his green reading's brilliant. But when you look at what he did, missing greens, doing the shots he was doing, no. I think Rory now needs to go and have some time, go and see Butch again, listen to what Butch is saying, actually implement it. Now, I know it's always difficult in that time frame. For me, though, I would have liked to have seen Rory, if anything, exaggerate what Butch had told him, really sort of pull the finish, shorten the swing, tidy it up, be really tight. You can always extend it a little bit. He didn't, therefore he finished where he did. It still weren't disrespectful. You know, when you think you're out of form, tied 22nd, it's not disastrous, and you're thinking, tidy that up, suddenly that becomes a top 10. Really get it, suddenly you're in that top sort of 2-3 where Rory can be, because we know he's good enough, we know he's got the game, we know he can do it, he needs to do it now. And like I said, there's no point going spending time with Butch Harmon if you're not then going to implement and listen to what he says. It's pointless. So to me, I'd like to see him. But I'm going to ask the question, would it have made a difference? Scottie Scheffler. I said he was my number 1 pick. He finished at -11. Just relentless. He just doesn't seem to make mistakes. And when he does, it doesn't bother him. He just bounces back. Unbelievable all week. Every time he seemed to be in a bit of trouble, he bounced back. Saturday, from nowhere, he threw a double bogey on 10. He bogeyed 11, parred 12, gets on 13, eagle. You know, and he made it look so comfortable. There was no effort. It was stress-free golf, it felt. Yesterday, he started to have a wobble. He didn't play 7 great at all. I thought, ooh, are these 8 when he hit the shot over the green and nobody were getting that close? I thought, ooh. And I said he needs to hold this putt. If he holds this putt, yes. If not, he's going to be really tested. He holds the putt. He gets on 9. Nearly hold his second shot for eagle. Tapping birdie. Birdie's 10. He bogeyed 11, but I think Morikawa maybe influenced that. When Morikawa put it in the water, there were no way Scheffler were going near that water. Took the bogey. 12, over the bunkers, safe. 13, birdie. 14, kicking birdie. He parred 15. The bunker shot was a tricky one, but I expect him to be a little bit better than that. But he had the lead. 16, steps up, birdie. He's just Mr. Reliable. He is so steady. He's got the putter working. He listened to Rory. He went to the mallet putter. Since then, I think I saw today he's gone up. His strokes getting put in 2.83. You're picking that. You're going to be winning. You know, and I just can't see at the minute anybody getting close to him. Obviously, he's got his first child on the way now. That may impact him. That may change his perspective a little bit. Obviously, changes what he does. But at the minute, I can see him maybe winning another major this year. I really could. I wouldn't rule him out of the US Open, the PGA. I think the Open, maybe the wind could. If the wind blows at Troon, not really seeing Scotty playing in real wind, not in the British wind. It's the old adage in it, Stoke away on a Tuesday night. Let's see how he does. But the US Open, Pinehurst, I wouldn't rule him out. The PGA at Valhalla, I wouldn't rule him out. You know, I just, at the minute, I can't see. Now, he will hit that peak. He will hit that bit of a wobble. It happens. I just can't see it at the moment. I really, really can't. He's playing such good golf. He really is solid. It's going to take some beating. He said that himself. He doesn't plan on taking his eye off the ball. Why would you? Obviously, that sort of concludes the Masters. If you've got any, please put it in the comments. We don't seem to have many viewers tonight for some reason. Or if I do, for some reason it's not loading. I'm just going to refresh it, see if I have got any. Minute says I've got one viewer, but nothing in the chat. No, we are a bit quiet, so... Now, if like me, you're getting a little fed up with the weather, it's getting very, very depressing. But I'm a bit cheered up, not going to lie. I got a message last night off Paul. You remember Paul from Phantom of the Open? Him and a group of them, 8 of them, have gone to Normandy to play some golf. They're playing Le Touquet in Normandy. A bit jealous. I thought, ooh. His message was today, though, unfortunately, they've been washed off. 50-mile-an-hour winds and rain. Unfortunately, they've had to cancel it. So it has cheered me up a little bit that the weather's not as good in Europe either. But Paul and them are having a great time. I know what they're like. A great group of lads. I hope they're listening. He said they were going to try. They were probably having something to eat, but they were going to try and tune in. So if they are listening, guys, thank you. Bonjour. And I hope you get some golf in. I really do hope you do get some golf in. Because there's nothing worse than going away and not doing. Especially when it rains. I couldn't imagine anything worse. Luckily, touch wood, it's never happened on one of my golf trips. It's always been decent weather, luckily. But there's Paul off again. The other week he was in Spain, now he's in France. I might just do a show, you know, on Paul's travels. Paul Golfs and Travels. Now, I know Paul said to me this year he wants to get his handicap down. He's currently 30, he wants to get down to 18. Keep doing this, Paul. You're doing everything right. Playing, getting out there. Main thing, lads, is enjoy it. Don't get too focused on getting to enjoy it. Don't lose that love of the game. Because once that goes, you really will be struggling. But great to see. Obviously, if you're doing any golf trips or anything like that, you want me to, please drop us a message. Let us know. Whether it's Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, please, please, please drop it in. Alright, let us know what you think. Let us know what you're doing. Please do. The sun always shines on the righteous. I hope you're right, Tom. Really do. Now, obviously, we're still running our giveaway. If you would like to join my team, obviously, there are a couple of conditions, but I've got a golf day at the end of May. I've put a team in. It's going to be a great day. All you got to do is make sure you're from the mainland UK. You are 18 and over, you subscribe to the channel, comment Team Golf to enter the draw. We're doing the draw in a few weeks now. I'm going to be releasing a few more details on next week's show. It's a great day, like I said. If you're interested, please, please, please drop it in the channel. Okay, please do. Right. A bit quiet tonight, but we have talked a lot about the Masters and how brilliant it was and everything like that. Oh, we're now up to 3 viewers. It seems like as we're ending the show, we're getting more people tuning in. Obviously, if you've got any questions, please get them in the chat. I did think tonight's show, because we were talking about the Masters, was going to be brief. It was going to be short. So obviously, I weren't planning on staying on too long. So if you've got any questions, get them in now, please. Remember, they need to be golf specific. All right. Any news on the Seven Wood? Yeah, when I get a chance, Tom, we'll come down, I will sort it, or I'm just obviously busy at the moment. When I get a chance, I will pop down. For those of you that don't know Tom, he's head of teaching at Whitefield Golf Club. Great lad, does a lot of good stuff. If you're after any lessons, any equipment, drop down to Whitefield Golf Club in Prestwich. Make sure you see Tom, he'll sort you out, hook you up. I am hoping to get some more collaborations with Tom going forward. We were meant to do some back in January, February. Unfortunately, Tom was ill and we haven't had a chance to get our schedules. But we are looking to get some more collabs done together. Obviously, Tom is a PGA professional, where I'm obviously not. Alright, I am an amateur. I have no intentions of going professional. But if you want any good sound advice, anything like that, speak to Tom. Tom's a good lad, knows a lot of stuff. Done his qualifications, done his time, knows his stuff, like I say, does lessons, does equipment, does fittings. I think he's even put a gym in his studio now if you want to go and lift some weights with him, knock yourself out. But Tom will sort you out, and that's at Whitefield Golf Club in Prestwich. I don't have any discount codes. Unfortunately, Tom's not sent me any of them. Okay, that's the end of our Master Special. If you enjoyed it, make sure you tune in next week when we go back to more regular events and more regular golf news, and I'll keep you up to date with everything. I've been the Tall Golfer. Thank you very much.